So I've mentioned growing your channel, creating your channel. Your channel is your home base where all of your videos go as a content creator. And even as a faculty member, your channel is important because this is where your students know to go for your videos. As far as my channel, I get these little boxes right across the top here. These are going to be the quick and easy channel settings. The biggest one you want to look at here is longer videos. If you're not breaking up your videos into 2 or 3 minutes, and maybe you want to go longer than 15 minutes, you have to have this enabled. And the way you enable it is you have to verify your account. They have to make sure you're not a robot. It happens. So if I want to verify my account, before I click enable, I'm going to need to go through and put a phone number in, whether it's my work phone or a cell phone, and have them verify that I am a person. It's typically an automated system. You're most likely not going to get somebody from YouTube actually calling you, but you have to make sure you verify that account to enable it. If you do not enable it, every time I try to put a longer video on there, it's going to go ahead and tell me I need to enable that in there. It has to be at least 14 minutes or less. Can viewers chat with one another during a live presentation without distracting or directing it to the presenter? Can you, the presenter, go back later and look through all the chats? Good question. So the chat bubble here, everybody in that chat can see it. It doesn't really go through and distract because it's on the side there. However, as a presenter, if I don't want to sideline the entire conversation, I can look at that later and go back through all of those chats. So it does keep a live chat log for me. Question, it could be useful to see how the students discuss the content among themselves and to see what they don't understand. And that's exactly it. So the analytics is helpful to see where they're sharing it to and how they're sharing it. So that way you could see how they're discussing it. So if they're posting your videos onto Facebook and maybe having a discussion there, maybe start tailoring it towards that format. To see what they don't understand, that is where your viewer retention analytic comes in. If you see everybody coming in at 3 minutes and then all of a sudden they stop it and your graph drops off, you're going to know that maybe they lost attention or they just don't understand. The main thing is this is not your only utility. YouTube is a way to host content online, but it's not necessarily your only utility that you can use in the classroom to check for understanding. So if I put a YouTube video online, I may combine that with, let's say, a Moodle quiz. That way I can see, did they watch it? Did they understand it? Or maybe using an app like Socrative or Nearpod to do quick little clicker discussions where they can use their devices and vote and poll on different ideas that they understood or didn't understand. YouTube is not your only solution. It's just part of a larger platform for you. So I'm going to go back up here. So that's going to be for your channel itself. You can also do things like custom thumbnails. The more active your YouTube channel becomes, the more you'll have as far as features go. So if you have 100 subscribers or more, you unlock certain things you can do. Your upload defaults, I mentioned before how you have to change your videos from either unlisted or private or public. If I want there to be a default, maybe I want them always to be unlisted no matter what I do, I can change, and these are the defaults for every single upload. So if I know, for instance, every single video I upload is going to be in the education category, I can make sure these are now the defaults. Instead of saying nothing, I don't have to go and click through each individual one of those videos every single time. I can also change the title. I can use this as a standard template where I can add something in there. Same thing with the description and the tags. Allowing comments. So the comment section of YouTube can be notoriously either really good or really, really bad. It really depends on how you take it. If I allow comments, that means everybody can comment. If I only allow approved comments, that means I, the creator, have to approve those comments to be visible on my YouTube video. I can also choose the video language. So I mentioned before the closed captioning. So this is your language that you're in. So if I have closed captioning for other languages or I'm speaking a different language, I can search it and add that in there. I can allow my viewers to actually add translations to it. If they speak Spanish and English and I want them to say this is Spanish, I can change that over. Even location. So you can see here, if I want to change this to Springfield College, YouTube does have what's called a brand account, which is what we have here with iEngage, where if there's multiple people contributing, you may start what's called a brand account as opposed to a single person, because your YouTube is attached to that Google+. So instead of being an individual Google+ person, it then becomes a brand account. That's the only difference there. Under the advanced, this is where we get into some of the more nitty-gritty things. Things like advertisements. Do you want advertisements to be displayed alongside your videos? Do I want to disable internet ads? It's mostly going to be what the recommendation looks like, how the subscriber counts appear,